Hey everyone, it's Vintage Machine Repair here, and I have my next video in this series for Singer 404A. This is a machine that I introduced in one of my previous videos as being from, I'm blanking right now, but I think it's from the late 1960s. It is a wonderful machine. I gave my complete glowing review on the last video. So today what I wanted to talk about was a common problem with these 404 machines, or with this 401, the 403, and the 404. And that is stuck feed dogs. So for these machines, they don't work like most other machines do, where you have a lever that allows your feed dogs to drop. So what this has is this lever right here, which raises the needle plate, and that functionally makes it so that your feed dogs are not engaged. I'll show you what I mean. So the lever right now is in this position. This position correlates to the down position of the needle plate. So when the needle plate is there, or rather the lever is there, your feed dogs engage as they normally would. You can see them kind of sticking out right there. However, when your needle plate position, so let's move this back up. When your needle plate position is in up, you can see that it raises the needle plate just ever so slightly, but enough so that your feed dogs actually never go above the needle plate. So like I said, functionally disengages your feed dogs. And then, of course, all the way over here to the left to unlock it and be able to take the needle plate out completely. So the reason why clearing out the dog, the reason why stuck feed dogs is a little bit different than other machines is because usually if we have stuck feed dogs, what we do is we go back to this mechanism, clean in between the feed dogs. You know, we've all done it, ashamedly, just raking off lint off of our feed dogs and our bobbin case. And you should do that definitely in every time that you finish a project. You should definitely do that. But that won't necessarily clear out the problem because the mechanism for the feed dogs is stationary, right? Because when you disengage the feed dogs, you do it by raising the plate, raising and lowering the plate. So then how do you work with frozen feed dogs? So that's the topic of today's video. So the first thing you want to do is unscrew the oil plate down here, and that's done with a single screw. And just take out this and the felt pad, and the plate will come right off. So this plate is done so that you don't get the bottom of your nice wooden case all oily and gunky. And so then when you do that, you'll be able to see the feed dog and the needle plate mechanism a little bit more easily. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. Okay, I had to kick my cat out there for a second. There he goes again. So one of the things that I really love about vintage sewing machines, and this is what I tell everybody that will hear me out about it, is that they are very straightforward as long as you can kind of follow the chain of what you're doing. And I say this as a person that, I'm primarily a garment sewist, and I'm not a handy person. I never have been a handy person. But so if I can do this, you can do this for sure. So can you see the little light blinking right there? So that's my finger. My finger is basically right over the feed dog lever. And you can see right there, and then here, that this lever is connected to that lever right here. So then the logical thing to do is to, when you have a frozen feed dogs, is definitely to oil there. That is not generally the area where there is that's not generally the problem area. The problem area definitely tends to be the needle plate. But it's always good to give that an oil, clean it out really well. WD-40 is your friend in this situation. So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to follow this lever all the way over to the other side and I'll meet you there. Great. So this lever, this is the same one that we followed over from the feed dog lever. I'm going to be lowering this every once in a while because my hand is already hurting from holding this up. But I'm too lazy to unscrew it from the machine. So again, go ahead and you yourself try this out. You can see that lever, what it does is it pushes up 2 springs. It pushes up a spring behind here, and it pushes up a spring right there. Those springs are what basically get pushed up to make the needle plate go up. Those are your problem areas for stuck or frozen feed dogs most of the time. And the reason why is because it's honestly a very beautiful, genius mechanism, but its fatal flaw is that it's right near the bobbin case, and so it gets dirty and linty and grimy, and then it's your job as the restorer or as the owner of one of these machines to clean it out. So the first thing you want to do is, if you have a vacuum attachment, that could make your life a little bit easier, or at least make the process faster. But if you have a little nylon brush, you're gonna put the feed dogs on the off position, which would be all the way to the right of the lever, and then just clean out all that lint. Douse it in WD-40, and just, with these machines, it's patience and just doing it over and over again. Don't press anything, don't force anything. So really what you do is clean it. So I'm gonna zoom out for a second just so you can see what I'm doing. So basically what you're gonna want to do is dust it, clean it, and then just gently go. And little by little, you're going to see that it's going to move more and more. And you're going to want to do that until it looks sparkly clean and until it moves with really very little resistance. There should be a little bit of resistance because, after all, these are 2 pretty strong springs that you're working with on the springs that were on this side. But you should really not have that much resistance. And once you've cleaned it out, you're going to notice that basically, so coming back over here, you're going to notice that this and this are going to be attached to the springs underneath. So if you see here, the needle plate moves because these guys moved. So you want to make sure that they have symmetrical movement as well. If you have done that, and you've lubricated the lever back here, I promise you the feed dogs will open. Of course, always a good idea to take this needle plate off, clean the feed dogs. There could be lint in there too. Make sure that everything's nice and clean, but I've never, to this date, worked on a machine on which this didn't work. Dust, oil, gently move the knobs, try it again. And there you have it. I hope that video was helpful to you. I know that this is a popular machine, and so hopefully out there somebody will find this useful, or maybe you just like watching me tinker with these vintage machines, in which case that is cool too. Or maybe you're here for the cats. That is cool too as well. If you have any questions, suggestions, or thoughts for next videos, drop it in the comments, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.